Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm your host, Car.Ross Sr. And this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you will become a better you. I'd like to give a shout out to all of our listeners out there who are listening and downloading. Keep downloading. We really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for constant, you know what? Matter of fact, continue to give us feedback. And one way that you can give us feedback is at rosscloudpodcast@gmail.com. That's rosscloudpodcast@gmail.com. And I'd like to take the time to bring in my co-host, Miss Shantha Caldwell.
Hello, Ross.
I'm so
Mr.
glad to have you
Ross.
back, ma'am. Yes.
Hello, listeners. Hello, podcasting world. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for that.
It's a beautiful day today.
Yes, it is.
After we got through all that rain, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I put my sandals on today.
You know, got them toes out. It's beautiful over here in North Carolina, baby. That beautiful blue Carolina. Yeah, Carolina sky is blue. Is beautiful. So listen, guys. Thank you guys for listening, as I stated before. And so we got a great show on today. This show, I want to say it's dedicated to women. The characteristics of a mentally strong woman. And, you know, of course, we're black, we're African American, so our focus is going to be our black women, our ladies, those are our queens, and we love them. But this message can be for everyone, so we want to make sure that this is for everyone. It's inclusive, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We are human.
We are human
beings.
That's right.
No matter what, color, we are all colors and ethnicities and this big bowl of good old soup. You know what I mean? Just all in there together.
Yeah, a nice melting pot.
However, I think some of us, depending on where we're from and, what we were born into and what we came out of, we're different.
Yes, we are.
We learn differently.
Yeah.
We see differently.
Yes.
We have different experiences.
Yes.
So, and all of it has an effect on our mental and how we think
Absolutely.
of ourselves.
Yes.
And others.
Right on.
Because how you think of yourself is essentially how you think of others.
Yes. You got to love yourself. That's right. It does show.
It shows.
Absolutely.
It shows.
So listen, we're going to go ahead and open this up. I'll go ahead and start off because, of course, I'm here with a strong woman.
Oh, what now? I couldn't wait to just...
I am here with a strong woman. Trust me.
Repita, por favor.
A strong woman. Miss Caldwell is here, and she is strong.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then we're going to go ahead and get right on into it. Our world is made up of so many incredible women, and so many amazing changes in our world are being made by women who recognize their importance. We are impacting lives in great ways. Today, I want to remind all of us how strong women are mentally. Being a mentally strong woman is not about how cute you look on any given day. It's not about being popular. It's not about earning the most money. It is about our character. And listen, I'm not a woman, so I wrote this in a different way. I'm not referring to me, okay? Let me switch it up, all right? It is about the character of a woman. It is being good examples of others and taking good care of yourselves at the same time. Listen, we all have strength within us, and it is very important that we all do not forget this. We are going through rough times or simply need to remember how awesome you are. Review. Look at yourself in the mirror Just take a look at self at your mirror and know that you are beautiful, you're important, and that you are valuable. And you are a strong woman. So being that, as I stated before, I have a strong woman here before me, and I really want to hear her perspective. So I want to make sure that we say that. And this is a woman who does not have daughters, but she has sons. So how do you mentally and just overall, and a husband that you care for and love, how do you take care of your family and still keep that independence and that strength going within yourself? Can you just elaborate on that if you like?
Wow, that's kind of complex, don't you think?
I think you can handle it, though.
Oh, because I'm strong, right?
Yes.
I got it. I mean, I do carry all of that.
Yes.
You know, I carry being a wife. That's like my number one thing. Like, that is my thing.
Right on.
You know, being a wife. I love being a wife. I love being Jimmy's wife.
Yes.
And I love taking care of him, you
Sure.
know, in my position.
Yes.
I understand my position.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we have done, you know, so well over the past 18 years.
Right
you know?
on. Yes.
We were just talking about that. Weren't we?
Yeah.
He was like, that's a long time, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
yeah.
good, though.
So we've been together 22 years,
Yes.
and we've been married, you know, going on 18, and it's just like you grow, you know, you just kind of grow into who you know, want to be, you know, who you aspire to be, but you got to be mentally strong to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's a lot of change that takes place to keep your mental, you know, capacity clear.
Sure.
You know, I think we have to really get in a habit. You have to have habits
Yeah.
to remain mentally strong.
Yes.
And a lot of those habits are being aware and being conscious, like,
Sure.
of yourself and how you speak and how you think
Mm-hmm.
and how you react and, you
Yeah.
know, all those things. And I just think that I choose to always think about, you know, how you think. Like, my mother plays a huge role
Yes.
in my mental, how I think, in decisions that I make.
Yeah.
And that's just who we are. That's
Yes.
our relationship.
Yes.
I know everybody may not be able to relate, but that's just my relation. So when people say, well, you know, who taught you that? Or like, where did you come up with that? Or why are you this way?
Right.
And I have to say, you know, it was because of my mother and who she was and her faith, you know, in God. And, you know, she just taught us the right way, or, you know, as she knew it to be right.
Right.
And, you know, it helped us a lot. It saved us a lot. I'm not saying that my mother was perfect, but she just was kind of right.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
you
I know, right?
From my perspective and from what I have learned.
Yeah.
And when I didn't think she was right and went my own way
Yeah.
and thought I knew more or better, she still ended up being right.
Right. Yeah.
So I say that to say I keep my mental status kind of like top of mind. Like, I recognize immediately when I'm not in a good place.
Sure.
And I'm able to share that.
Yes.
With my husband.
Yes.
With my children.
Yes.
You know, with my mom. Like, something can immediately happen, like, well, I'm not working.
Yeah.
Whether that be in the salon, whether that be teaching, whether that be whatever. And even if I have to, like, take a moment and shoot a quick text message, like, pray.
Yeah.
Because, like, this moment right now is not, I've been triggered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm recognizing that I'm being triggered.
Yeah.
And, you know, she'll either be like, untrigger yourself.
Yeah.
And get yourself together.
Yeah.
You know, pray, whatever. So I think it's a choice. Everything is about choices. You can choose how you want to think about it.
Yeah.
You can choose what perspective you want to take.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that comes to mind is I haven't been at this church a long time, but I go to St. Peter's World Outreach Center. And
Great church.
Great
Bishop
church. Hash.
Yeah,
is
great church.
Amazing man of God. And he's full of so much wisdom.
No doubt
and
about it.
If I don't hear anything else, I hear his wisdom. And I truly believe that he is a man of God that follows God.
Yeah.
So therefore I can follow him and take
it makes it easy.
the gifts or nuggets that he gives us
Sure.
and use them. And one of those is, you know, don't always take offense. So that's a big thing for your mental. Like people can say something, you just like, people take so many things out of context.
Yeah.
And offense, like, immediately.
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to be on the offense, not always on the defense, but also we can't just take offense of everything.
True.
Somebody tell you their opinion, you don't have to take offense of it.
Yeah.
It's their opinion. Now, if you are offended, then you need to be able to deal with your feelings and be able to say, that made me feel this way because.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's going to change anything.
No.
But you still need to be mentally prepared to be able to recognize what that is.
Yes.
Right?
And be okay with it.
But you got to be taught that.
Yes.
And you got to want to know that, right?
Say that again.
So in a nutshell, you have to want your mental to be at least as stable as you can have it.
Yeah.
Some people, they're a little gone. So they don't, when you gone and you don't know you gone, then you gone.
I get it. Yeah.
And so if nobody's saying like, hey, you might want to get that checked out. That's not a good place to be.
No, it's not.
Gone. And you don't take offense to it, then you can get your mental right.
Yeah.
But if you don't know you gone and can't nobody tell you gone, or you slipping, or you tripping, then that's another issue. Right?
Yeah. So
let me
ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
What are your thoughts about what we see in our society today as it pertains to young women and the behaviors of? The behaviors of young women. Now, I do get that we all have a free will to do what we want to do, right? We do, but there is some consequences and repercussions that we have to face when you do practice free will. So you're not really free. Okay, let's say that. But I want to know your opinion and your thoughts of what you see with our young women on today. And are they just accepting anything for fame and fortune? And you could say the same for our young men too. But this is from a female perspective, though.
So I am speaking from a 45-year-old woman.
I got you.
So that means I've been a preteen.
Yes.
Right? I've been a teenager. I've been a young adult. I've been a whatever, 30s, and now I'm in my 40s. So we have to be very clear on when you say young people.
Yeah, okay.
Because to me, there are like groups. So we're talking about.
Let's say groups then.
Teenage group.
Let's say young adult, 20 to 30.
Okay.
20s to 30s.
20s to 30s. That's a.
No, you can almost say 18 and 19-year-olds now because you have multimillionaires.
We'll say graduated from high school.
Okay.
And up. Okay.
We'll go there.
So, in my 40s, I still look at somebody that graduated from high school as not quite an adult.
Developed yet.
Like the brain, whether it be female or male, it's just not developed enough where I would call you an adult.
I got you.
Okay. And so I think that they are still so like moldable, like they are still watching. They are still soaking up everything they see and hear. So in that age group, and even going into college, it's like some people are going to college and seeing stuff they ain't never seen before.
Sure.
Or experienced seeing stuff or being introduced to things that they've never seen. But then again, some of them are going and they know everything.
Everything.
They know more than me, and I'm 45, right?
Yeah, they getting exposed.
So I think it's all about exposure and what the mothers or the aunties and the grandmothers are allowing the young ladies, the girls, to be exposed to. Like, I am a mother of boys. I have 2 young men, a 15, 13, and about to be 13. But I do have a niece that I have taking the responsibility of mothering, and stepping in that role, like I'm going to be here for you and I'm going to help my brother help you become an amazing young lady, just like my mother did to me. And although I'm not her birth mother, she is with me, 80% of her life, her days, are with me. So in that sense, she's watching me, and I'm responsible or I feel, the responsibility to help teach her the right way.
Right.
It may sometimes look like Auntie Shantha's way, but it's not necessarily that. Now, it may be the way I know, so I can only teach you, what I know.
Yeah.
But it's not the wrong way.
Right.
So we were having a conversation last week about decision making and thinking. If we don't teach these young girls to think, then they're going to become mid-20s. They're going to be in their 30s. Yeah. They're not going to be thinking. They're not going to be thinking about the men that they're dating. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be paying attention. They're not going to be being aware to signs and situations, and they don't learn from them. You know, so she's in a couple of situations, and I'm like, you got to think better than that.
Yeah,
because this is the exact words I said to her. If you are 12 and you in the bathroom, and you under a situation where you feel pressure, this is real story, without getting into details.
Sure.
You're in the bathroom, and there's 5 of y'all in there, and they're making decisions that you shouldn't do, right? Mm-hmm. If you're not, we're going back to talking about strong, right? If you're not strong at 12 to say no or to leave or to escape the situation, when you get to high school, they're going to eat you up.
Yes, sir.
Because they're going to see you as weak. Oh, yeah. And they're going to see you as we can make her do whatever we want to do, even when we know she didn't want to do it. Even after she told us she's not supposed to do it.
Yeah.
We still was able to make her do it.
Yeah.
That's not being strong.
No, it's not.
So then I got to teach her how to be strong in that. Mm-hmm. So if she didn't hear anything else, right, she heard Auntie Shantha say, the next time you in the bathroom and they start pulling out whatever they pulling out, lipstick, mascara, makeup, whatever, and you're 11, you're not 12 yet, you're 11,
right,
and you know what the rules are,
right,
what are you going to do?
I got you.
I need you to tell me, what are you going to do?
Right.
And she was like, I'm going to leave. Absolutely. That's the only way to save yourself.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But if you don't take the time and tell somebody that, they just going to be in there like, but I want these 4 girlfriends to be my homegirls.
Yeah.
I don't want them to go to the cafeteria and be like, she a punk.
Right.
You got to talk through it.
Yeah, you do.
And moms and aunties, they so busy into looking like Megan Thee Stallion and getting their butts done and getting their weave done and ordering their lace front.
Yeah. So the child is being...
So they just figuring it out in the bathroom in the moment, and then they making the wrong decisions. I'm not having that.
So we can attribute a lot of the behaviors from the attention to the details that are happening with the child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You better talk.
Doing their own thing.
You better. And I'm guilty.
I am too. That's why I'm saying that. I'm saying that too.
My niece as a 11-year-old and me as an 11-year-old are two different people. Mm-hmm. We're built differently.
Sure.
But I can't totally disregard what she going through because I didn't go through it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. I got you.
So I just say that the adults, the women, the mothers, if you had a child, you're responsible.
Yeah.
For at least giving them the right and correct information. Now, whether they do it or not, that's on them.
That's on them, right.
But what I told her and what I tell my children is, I'm not going to tell you wrong.
No.
But you got people out here telling them wrong.
Yes.
See, and knowing they wrong.
Right there. Mm-hmm.
Or not correcting it and knowing that it needs to be corrected. Mm-mm. Okay?
Yeah,
if
we live in a different society
young
nowadays.
Got her boobs out. The 12-year-old boobs shouldn't be out.
No, they shouldn't.
So why
be
you buying
out
a crop top?
Yeah, they shouldn't be out. They shouldn't be out at all.
You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
If you know the 12-year-old boobs now look like 45 boobs.
Oh Lord,
the boobs ain't looking 12 no more. You know that, right?
I do.
Chris.
I do.
I don't even know if they make training bras no more. I think they just wake up and they be 36 D's.
Well, that's that hormones they putting in this food, this medicine they take. Everything's changed now.
So if my daughter, I had a daughter,
and
she was busty like her mother, right? Mm-hmm. Then I got to be training her at 11 to know these are the type of shirts that you probably won't be able to wear.
Yeah, baby, you need to put on something else.
These are the type of shirts you're probably not going to be able to wear.
Right.
Number one.
True.
Number two, you're not going to wear them.
Mm-hmm.
because I work to purchase the shirts, and I'm not going to be buying any shirts that would have your boobs coming out the bottom or the top.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. But on top of that, have you seen your mother, which would be me?
I was going to say that.
Do I have any shirts?
See, I was going to say that too.
So that's what we really got to talk about.
Yeah, it's
they want to emulate what they see, right?
Number one, parents are wearing it, and they, like you just said,
Right.
Megan Thee Stallion is wearing it. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B is wearing
So
it.
if your mama out here
Right.
looking like Megan,
Yeah.
then your daughter gonna want to look like
She
Megan
gonna think
too.
it's okay.
Last night, the
Mama
Billboard
proves.
Awards. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. I caught a little bit of it.
So I had a
went to
little
sleep,
post.
yeah.
I had a little post.
Yeah.
Now I ain't into the hip hoppers. I don't even know who they are. I don't. You have to take me back. To
Well, I still like
Money
hip hop.
Love,
Yeah.
Queen Latifah, MC Light is my people.
I'll say this: the music is different though from what we had in the.
Crazy, I don't even know who they are.
I know
I'm telling you.
89, 90s, 90s. Some of it I can't listen to, but for so long. But go ahead.
I was getting to the game. I was flipping over to the Suns and
Okay.
Mavs, right? And so I just so happened to see. I think they was the City Girls, some girls.
Yeah, I don't know who they
I didn't
are.
see. I just knew that I saw.
Yeah, I don't think I know who they are.
Almost just nakedness, and it's like you can see all the private parts below the belt.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to name what it was that I saw.
No, I got you.
And it's like
They're
really?
grooming our girls for that, though.
So here's the thing. If I don't know who they are, and I'm, 45 or whatever,
Sure.
everybody else, that's younger know who they are. And they don't see anything wrong with that because the 45-year-olds, the 35-year-olds, the 30-year-olds they aren't saying anything.
Nah.
So, I took a picture of my TV and was like, her whole vagina is out.
True story. I got you now.
Why?
Yeah.
And if I would have had a daughter in the room, Chloe was already asleep, my niece, right? I would have said, come and look at this.
Yeah.
I would have said, this is so inappropriate.
Yeah.
This is so unladylike.
Yeah.
This is so unclassy.
We need more women like that, though, to speak up and say that.
When we going to have a class at the Bend Convention Center?
You know what it is, though? We're taught now in our society and in our culture that, you do anything for money, that money rules.
Wow.
There's no morals behind it.
You're right.
You need to become a millionaire. You need to drive a Bentley. You need to carry that Birkin bag.
Right.
You need to get this Dooney and Burt. You need to get this Louis Gucci bag. That's what we see.
That's right.
And that's what we are intentionally being taught through media. So I just think that it's a different fight. And like you said, homes. It comes from the home. A lot of it is if you're ignorant and you don't know. And somebody say, hey, here's $1 million, but this is what you got to do for $2 million.
Right.
I need you to shake your butt on TV. I need you to shake your breasts. I need you to be a sex symbol because sex sells. But if you want to be rich,
That's right.
and you want to take care of your family,
Right.
there's so much deception in that.
Oh, my goodness.
To their food, and the parents are ignorant. So the parents, and I'm not. It's not a bad thing, but if you don't know, you just don't know,
No,
right?
that's right.
So you find yourself doing any and everything for that almighty dollar.
So it goes back to
Capitalist society that we live in.
Right. It goes back to, yes, they may see what they see on Instagram.
Yes.
Right. They may see the Instagram models.
Yes, ma'am.
And they have these amazingly cosmetically perfect bodies, and they are making a lot of money.
Sure they are.
Off of that what you call it? That visual, that what they look like, right? But even if they see that, they gotta see somebody going to work.
Yeah. I agree.
Entrepreneur, whatever, going to work or earning a living by doing what they love or, doing what they need to do. They have to see another way. But a lot of times that's all they see.
Girl, did I just burp on the mic?
I don't know.
Lord, I hope I did.
No burp. That was something else. That
I was pushing it down.
All right. That was a cough.
That was a cough then.
Deep cough. Yeah. They gotta be able to see other ways. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if they're gonna see Megan and this hot girls or whatever,
and listen, we're not judging.
They also
by no means are we judging.
They
but
also need to watch the new Supreme Court Justice.
Lord, yes.
The black woman.
They need to see Oprah. They need to see Gail. They need to see some different. They need to just
need to see
something different other
Kamala
than that.
Harris. They need to see. They need to see
Michelle
the
Obama.
Side.
They need to see the other. It needs to be a balance there. I understand liking the entertainment. I understand it.
So I just think to become mentally stronger, you have to have certain habits. Right?
Yes.
And some of those habits are, you have to talk to yourself. You got to be your own biggest fan, right? Like self-talk. Yeah. You have to boost your own self-esteem. Yeah. Because if you're waiting on somebody to do it, it may never come.
May not ever come.
Right? So you might think self-talk is crazy, but it's really to your advantage. Somebody feeds you something negative that you don't need to hear, you got to be able to talk yourself out of that and be like, I will not receive that. Yeah. No weapon. Yeah. Those are weapons. Yeah. Everything that come out of somebody's mouth, it can be a weapon or it could be a blessing, right? Yes. A curse or a blessing. We got to teach our children to immediately switch curses to, good talk. Yes, people will curse you all day. And it may not be a curse word.
Yes.
Right? It may not be something foul or filthy or nasty that they say. Yeah. But it could be not something noble, not something kind. Yes. Think on these things, right? I
got you.
Whatever is noble, whatever is just, whatever is good, whatever is...
Right.
So we ain't teaching that.
No, we're not.
Right. If you got mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, they're number one, like you say, they're ignorant. They don't know.
If you don't know, you just don't know.
And they ain't teaching that. Nah. Then when my children go to school and somebody tell them, for example, I'm in high school. Yeah. Like we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Guidance counselor tells me I'm not college material.
Not good.
I'm about to graduate now. But check it. I went to Summit Elementary, right? Private school. Then I went through grade school. Yeah. And all this time, guess who was telling me I was going to college? My mother, my father, my godmamas. Guess where I was at? On the college campus. Guess where I was at on the weekends? At college gates. Everything around me was showing what college would be like when I finally get there. And then somebody comes say, you know what, you ain't all that book smart. I don't think you college material. You might need to pick you up a trade. Right?
Yeah, that's so unfair.
So it's totally opposite of what I'm being told. Yes, so what you think I heard more, I heard I am going to college.
You are going to college.
Now I got to go tell somebody, am I? So that they can reiterate. Like, you got to start programming and
now
talking to children and young women or whoever on how to be strong.
Yes.
Well, as soon as they be starting to talk like they weak or don't, no, you're not.
Yeah, no, you're strong.
You can think through this. You're not a dummy.
No, you're not.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Think about it.
So here's another word I want to throw out to you, and I'm going to read a little bit of it, but I still want to hear your perspective after I give this, all right? There's another great characteristics of a mentally strong woman, confident. Confidence is a huge part of being mentally strong. Being confident is a great sign of what you just said, self-love, and it helps us to stay away from comparisons. We are happy in our skin and at peace in our minds. Being confident is a great comfort. We can always go the extra mile by sharing our confidence with others, what you just said again. But at the end of the day, being confident is a personal accomplishment. So you pretty much just said how we get to being confident and getting to that point where we have that personal accomplishment. But I want to hear from your perspective about confidence, though. You possess a lot of it.
Well, thank you, Chris.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean that. I mean that. I'm not.
I
yeah.
know you wouldn't just blow my head.
No.
That.
No. Not gaslighting you, sister. I wouldn't do that. That's
I recognize that, right? I'd be like, don't
Dick Rose, stop it. But I'm not.
Right?
But I'm not though. Go ahead.
No, I know that comes from the heart, and you know me.
Yeah, and I know
you're
you
not
too, though.
speaking
No.
from someplace you don't know.
Correct.
But again, so let's put a little twist on it.
Come
when
on.
You say my perspective.
Yeah.
So let's say confidence, but let's say risky confidence. Like you can be confident in something that you can do.
Yeah.
Right? That's easy.
Of course.
Like, that's easy. For example, you've been able to sing all your life. Me too, right?
Gotcha.
So if somebody came in here right now and was like, we need somebody to sing Amazing Grace, Precious Lord.
We'll do it.
Come on, flat-footed.
Yes, sir.
And tear the crowd up.
No problem.
Because we know we can sing.
We know we can sing.
But what if they asked me to sing Whitney Houston?
I'm not.
See now?
See?
Now hold on.
See.
Now I said I could sing, but I ain't saying I was Whitney.
Nah, I'm not doing no Whitney.
I'm not singing
You ain't doing
no Whitney Houston song.
Nah, you ain't doing no Whitney Houston now. I believe you could in your own way.
Right.
But like you said, it wouldn't be Whitney.
Right. So if we talk about confidence.
Yes.
I think you have to have like risky confidence. Like if you're going to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
If you're going to test your mental strongness, right?
Yes.
Then risky confidence is like, how often do you take risks? Like taking risks is a difficult thing to do, right? Because it's gonna take courage, right? Foresight,
come on,
enthusiasm,
yes,
right? But above all that, you got to have the ability to try a new thing.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
You got to have your mental right, though.
Yes, you do. We'll see.
So you got to have faith in yourself.
Yep.
But you got to prove that, like, you're worthy of your own belief. Like, that's confidence, like, in you, right?
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Risky to me.
It ain't confidence.
Like, it's some risk I'm just not going to take.
Of course.
Like, I'm just not going to do. But most of the time, I've gotten to where I am because you push yourself into, like, uncharted territory.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm always like, what can I do that nobody else is doing?
Yeah.
A lot of people going to be like, why are you doing that? Or,
of course.
What are you doing? Like, don't nobody want that. Ain't nobody think about that. Whatever. But you have to do something uncomfortable.
Yes.
And you still have to be confident in it.
Yes, you do.
Even when it's going to make you uncomfortable, it's going to make everybody else uncomfortable.
Sure.
But you got to be, you got to face a tough challenge.
Yes.
Or confront, like, a long-standing, like, fear. To me, that's confidence.
Absolutely,
like,
it is.
Yo, she stood in that. She was over there standing by herself, but she is so confident. And I think that's what people see in me.
Yes.
Like, often I tell people, like, I love my life, and I've been blessed. My life is blessed.
Yeah.
But it's been a lonely. Like, it's not. You have people that know me and see me. They don't. I am almost always alone. Yeah. Or,
I know
by
what you
myself.
mean.
Like, I wouldn't say that I'm a loner, but a lot of my confidence I built risky.
I feel you.
By myself. Now, I always have had support. Mama, Jimmy, husband, my brother, my family. But when it come down to the nitty gritty, that's me getting in and out that car, confident that I'm about to go in here and do a wedding party of 18 by myself. That's confident going to a movie set that you ain't never worked on before, and you walk in there like this your 13th, 30th one, and nobody knows but you.
Nobody knows but you.
But that's confidence,
That's
right?
confidence.
The very first movie I did, Chris, I'm telling you. The very first movie I did.
Talk about it.
It was so much fun, and it just prepared me to be even more confident for the second movie and to be more confident for the television show. But you would think that people thought that, I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this is my first one. And they're like, but you ain't here like you know what you're talking about. Well, I'm confident in what I know.
That's right. That's right.
But I'm even more confident in being able and being free to tell you what I don't know.
Yeah.
And so that's what people have, insecurities and things like that. You can't let your insecurities take over.
Yes.
But unless you're mentally strong, like we're talking about,
yes,
that insecurity will shut you down.
Yeah.
Because you don't want nobody to know that you don't know.
You don't want nobody
That's
to know.
not me.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I have your answers to your questions 1, 3, and 5. Number 2 and number 4.
I need your help with this.
You're going to give me a couple of days, give me an hour, or go find you somebody else to answer 2 and 4. But I got you on 1, 3, and 5. People won't be honest and do that.
No, that's humility.
Well, I walk in a lot of it.
You walk in a lot of humility. But those are great attributes for a characteristic of a mentally strong woman.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about the word productive? I want to hear your perspective on the word productive. You pretty much have said quite a bit of things that's on this list that really, I'm gonna just throw words out to you. So that's
really, I like that.
Yeah, that's
like
productive. What do you think about the word productive as it pertains to a mentally strong woman? And I just want to hear your perspective.
Productive. When I think productive, I think product. And product is something tangible, right?
Yes.
Which means something you can touch,
yes,
you can see,
yeah,
you can say,
yeah,
this was the outcome of what I did or what my goal was, right?
Yes.
So there are levels of productivity, like there are phases. You may start something today, but the product may not be completed today.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what it is. So if I'm in my cosmetic lab and I'm creating my cosmetics, right, my custom cosmetics, I'm going to feel productive if I had 8 orders online and I was able to complete those 8 orders and get them out in the mail in 48 hours.
I love it.
That's productive
now
to me.
Let me tell you what I want to do.
What?
Can you say that again? Can you start from that little snippet where you said your own?
Absolutely.
Okay, can you go back to that, putting emphasis on what you produced?
Okay, so when you said productivity, my mind, because I'm a creative person, went to product.
Yeah.
So if I have a product that I custom make with my hands,
yes,
like the gift in my hands,
yes,
you say, I want this color red, and I want it in a lipstick and a lip gloss and a blush.
Yes.
And I say, okay. So I'm sitting and I'm creating, I'm making, I'm putting these pigments together. I'm stirring, I'm mixing, I'm melting, I'm pouring.
Yes.
When I see that finished product, then I feel like I've been productive.
Characteristics of a mentally strong woman.
Because you got to stay focused. Because remember, I got 3 children.
Yes.
I got a husband.
Yes.
I got people making appointments. I got all of these things that could disrupt my productivity,
yes,
right? But I know that this product needs to be out in 48 hours. And I'm not going to feel productive until it's in the package and until it's dropped off. So productivity to me means when it is complete. Yes. I don't feel like I've been productive until it's complete.
Yeah.
Now, I might feel good about starting it.
Sure.
But I've said to my husband many a times, like, oh, my gosh, I really wanted to get this done today.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't feel productive in that.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I do.
So that's my thought about productivity.
Oh, I love it. Okay. So in order to the way you just said that, right? So the next 2 is going to go with what you just said. So how important is it for you to be optimistic and positive for a mentally strong woman? And we know what optimism is, and we know what being positive is. So they go together. They go together.
So I'm going to lean more towards positivity.
Okay.
There's
why?
Nothing.
Tell me why.
Why?
Tell me why.
Because it changes everything.
Okay.
Your attitude about whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, like, some things can be simple.
Yeah.
And then some things can be so complex.
Yeah.
And the most complex thing can be sitting right in your face.
Yes.
But if I look at it as it's simple, it's not complex to me.
No.
So it's my
not at all.
attitude about it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, that is so hard. And then I come in the room, it's like, no, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not hard. It's not hard at all. Like, I got this piece. You got that piece. I'm going to be positive about my piece. You're going to be positive about your piece. And then we're gonna break this thing down.
Absolutely.
You see what I mean?
I do.
So it's about your attitude. Now, if I go in and like, man, ain't nobody getting ready to figure that out. Ain't nobody got time. Don't nobody care about that. Why is that even important? Man, this is some bullshiggity. Then guess what? It's going to be some bullshiggity to everybody else. So I say you're going to meet rude people in your life.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you meet the people, you can respond in like one or two ways. You can lash out. Or you can turn another cheek. See what I'm saying? Mentally strong people are some of the kindest individuals you will ever meet. Now, you got them claps. Because I'm going to need some claps. I don't do this often, but I am a very kind person. Clap for the kindness. Kind people need some claps. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you for being kind.
Please. Because kindness takes so much positivity and patience
and
grace. Because you have to be kind when people aren't being kind to you.
Yes, Lord.
But I'm going to say this again. Mentally strong people are some of the kindest individuals you'll ever meet. So here's the part. No matter how you approach them.
Yes.
They're always friendly.
Yes.
And personable.
Yes.
Now be honest.
Yes.
Am I that person?
Yeah. Totally.
When I know the person coming for me.
Oh, Lord.
I know they approaching me. Their first word was wrong.
Yes, sir.
Out of pocket, out of order. And you know what I say? And how can I help you? Because constant kindness sets the tone, for real, for the entire set.
Yes.
The situation, the lives. I'm telling you, it sets the tone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just does. So no matter how many negative people you walk into the world, the positivity, the mental strong person keeps the positivity.
Yes.
Your mood has to be positive.
It has to be.
Because it has an effect on your spirit.
Man, what you talking
about? So when you negative, you got a negative spirit. And everything that comes through the room, everything that approaches you, you see as negative.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Can I tell you a situation?
Come on.
Sunday morning. Today Monday. Okay, you help me because my life is complex, and I
understand.
I might think today Thursday.
I understand.
So literally, yesterday morning, I'm supposed to be at church at 8:15 because I sing, and worship leader.
Yeah.
And I get ready, I'm running a little tad bit tweezy late.
Gotcha.
I literally get in the car, get to the stop sign in my neighborhood. I forgot my sweater.
Yeah.
I'm already a little frustrated because I'm a little late.
Sure.
I'm sending text messages like I'm on my way. Blah, blah, blah. I get out the car to get my sweater.
Yeah.
So I go back home.
Okay.
Get my car, get my sweater. Get out the car, get back in the car. My door won't close. Like, you know how automatic door, it wouldn't close. That means I couldn't drive.
Wow.
I get out the car and I'm slamming the door because now I'm frustrated. Slamming the door. Go. You got to close. I got to go. The door finally trips, closes, and locks.
But
the key in the ignition.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute. And the spare key in the console.
No, Shantha.
Of my Tahoe.
Ooh.
I'm supposed to be at church 15 minutes ago.
It can't.
Now, the mentally strong person.
Yeah.
Let's just say let's say that it's a mentally weak person or not mentally stable in that moment.
Sure.
Because not everything is going wrong. My pocketbook in there, my shoes in there, everything I need for church is in the car and it's locked up, and I can't get in it.
Sure.
I'm gonna say 90% of people would have cussed that Tahoe.
Oh yeah.
Went in the house, said, "F it, I ain't going to church.
Nope.
This is I'm done."
Right.
You know what I did?
What you do?
I called my mother. I called my father first.
I got you. Yeah.
He didn't answer.
Okay.
I could have said F it then, right?
Oh, without a
Then I
doubt.
called my mother and I said, I'm locked out my car. I'm
locked out my car.
locked out my car. I don't know what. I'm frustrated. I
Right.
expressed my frustration with myself, moving too fast, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
She said, I'm on my way. I could have still been like, nah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
good.
could have. I'm good.
I just called the praise team. People tell them I ain't coming. I'm locked out my car.
Right.
And right now, all I care about is why I'm locked out my car.
Right.
You know what I did? I went in the house, found another pair of shoes, and waited on my mother to come pick me up.
There it is.
And I went to church and called the locksmith or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, that's a $150 lesson.
Oh, easy.
I had to learn
Yes, sir.
about
Yes, sir.
slowing down,
Yeah. Take your time.
paying attention.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
doing too much,
Yeah.
which somebody tell me all day, every day, right?
Right.
But I had to learn that lesson.
Yeah.
But I was still positive.
Yes, you was.
When I got to church,
Yeah.
I wasn't rolling my eyes at people.
Oh, no.
I wasn't like, don't talk to me. I done had a bad morning. My
No.
keys in the car.
Nah.
I wasn't
Nah.
doing none of that.
Right.
But I had to be mentally
But you had
strong
to be mentally
to
strong.
know this is an attack. It must be a reason why I'm not able to drive. Like maybe you just have to go to another place.
Yeah. You do.
Even when it's you.
Even when it's you.
So the locksmith came while I was in church. My husband paid the $150.
Right.
I wasn't happy about it.
Sure.
But it is what it is.
But it is what it is.
And I went on with my day.
Well, see, the beautiful thing about that is, which is going to lead me to my next word,
Yes.
you didn't quit, so you're not a quitter. So that means you're a go-getter. So let's talk about the word go-getter for being mentally strong, but the importance of being a go-getter and being mentally, and those work together. Being a go-getter and being a mentally strong woman. You're right. You could have quit and not said, the hell with it. I'm going back upstairs and get in my bed and go to sleep.
That's right.
But you didn't. You went on to church.
That's
Go-getter mentality. Talk about
Go-getter.
that.
So I like go-getter.
I love this, by the way, too. I want
You
to know.
do? Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
I'm so glad
Okay.
we're having this
Yes,
in-depth conversation.
yes.
I love it when you say to me, we talk to ourselves
Yeah, as we talk
to others.
Yeah, we talk
right?
to ourselves.
So I'm
Go ahead.
hoping while I'm talking to the others that y'all hear me really talking to myself.
Absolutely.
I just talk to myself with, you got to slow down. You got to, slow down. That was all about me just moving too fast.
Yes.
So going back to go-getter.
Yeah.
So when I think go-getter, I like to use, I'm a word girl. So I like to use resilient, relentless. I will never, in my own power and in God's power, be defeated.
Yeah.
So I don't like feeling defeated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that means I'm a go-getter. And even if I don't get to the getting,
Come on.
I'm going to be going towards it.
You're going towards
Right.
it. Right.
So go-getting for me means I am such a giver. And I am such a wanting to be able to serve. It's like if I don't go get it, I won't have it to give.
Yeah.
I won't have it to share,
I got
right?
you.
I can't be who I am and do what I want to do if I don't go get it.
Right. Right.
Because I don't really have people that give it to me. I gotta go get it.
You got to go get it for yourself.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I have amazing people that have given me things and supported me. And when I didn't have it and needed it,
Yeah.
I had my mother to step up, my husband to step up,
I got
my mother and, my family to step up. But that's what family do.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should be able to do that for my family and
Yes.
other people.
Yeah.
But I can't get it if I don't have it.
I
That means I
love
got to
that.
go get it.
I love it.
So, my children see me going to get it, come back with it,
Yes.
or say it's on the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on the way if I haven't sent out
Yeah.
the request form or the order,
Yeah.
right? So go getting it means being relentless, being resilient, like never giving up.
Yes.
If you can just do a little bit, like
Yeah.
one more step.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that, did you make it to that step?
Yeah.
One more step.
Yes.
one more step.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to be at the top.
Absolutely.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have felt like I've been on step number 3 a long time. I'm like, Jesus, can I get
out of 3? Can I get out of 4?
3?
Can I go to 4, 5,
Especially
10?
when you know there's 20.
Yes.
So you're trying to get
steps.
You're trying to get up 20 steps.
That's right.
And you on number 3.
That's right.
And you've been there 3 years.
3 years, Jack. I love it.
You just gonna take that as them 20 still not up there waiting on you. Because if you don't get to 20 and you stay on 3, the person that's trying to get to 3 ain't never gonna get to 3 because you're behind still there.
I love it. You
see what I'm saying?
You have totally when I think about you as a person and some of the things that we've talked about, you have you definitely are a go-getter. When I think about how you just came back around, you just came back around. You actually, your dreams are big. You had big dreams and your focus was, I need to do this, I need to do that. And everything comes, like you just said, comes back to the family. And I'm just looking at how your vision, what you envision yourself to do, you're doing it now.
But people helped me.
Yeah, people helped you along the way. But
they did not help. The only reason why they helped me, Chris, is because I was helping myself.
That's what I was going to say. Say that. So yes.
People need to understand, I truly believe that people can only help you
if you
when
help
they
yourself.
See you trying to help yourself.
Yes.
Because they're inspired by that. Like, I think about when I opened up my first salon.
Yes.
Mind you, I worked in many salons before I opened my own, right? I opened my own salon in 2010 after I had my babies back to back. I'm at home with a 2-year-old and a newborn.
Doing hell.
And I just want to help myself. I want to help me. I want to help my husband. I want to help my children. I need to be at home with my children. And my mother and father-in-law knew that I wanted to be able to work and stay at home with my children. And they helped me build my salon in my home.
I love it.
I didn't have the money to do it.
No.
Right?
I got you.
But I was able to say, I got this much. Even if that much came from other people.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this much from this person. This person told me it's going to give me this much. And then they said, okay, great. You did all you could do. Now we're going to help you do the rest.
And that's so true.
But what I didn't do was say, I just had another baby and I got a 2-year-old and I just need somebody to do it for me. Because I got this and I got.
You didn't complain.
Absolutely not.
Not at all.
And I tell people, like, things can happen. Like, I had this conversation with my girlfriend the other day.
Yeah.
Things can happen, like, that you never thought would happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to share something with you. It's going to probably blow your mind. But so I would say I was older when I had my children.
Yeah.
And I say that because everybody else had babies before me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So I was 30 when I had my first baby.
Okay.
So I had Trey at 30.
Okay.
And then I lost a baby after Trey.
Oh, wow.
Right? So I have a baby, and then I have a miscarriage.
Yeah.
A miscarriage takes some people out. Yeah. They never want to try again. Yeah. They think that they aren't able. They think that, it's just not meant to be, right? But you got to be mentally strong.
Yes.
Right? I had another baby. But you got to try to have another baby. Yeah. Some people shut down. Now you ain't having sex with your husband. Yeah. You ain't, like, all of these things mentally, you have this mental block. Because you're not mentally strong to think you can make it through that.
Yes.
So, I had a baby, lost a baby. Got pregnant with Josh right up. They just 2 years apart. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So we know we can get pregnant. Yeah. We know we can carry wonderful full term. I had wonderful pregnancies, like no issues, like I was blessed. Yes. Right? So I mentally know I can have another baby.
Yes.
So we'll just have another baby. Where's the positivity?
Yeah.
We having fun trying to get the baby.
Amen.
So whether we get a baby or not, we winning.
It's a win-win situation,
and let's just keep on making a baby. You know what I'm saying?
So win-win situation. Yeah.
We winning making it,
Yes.
And if we get one, we're going to win again, right?
Absolutely.
So you have a baby, lose a baby.
Yeah.
Have a baby, and then check this out. Lose another baby.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, like, you kind of got to make some decisions because now, like, I'm 30.
All right.
I'm 32. So now you're looking at, like, 34. And I'm not saying that you can't have babies after 30s
Not
or
at
40s
all.
because people doing it big time. Like, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But mentally, so you even have a mental shift between those birthing years where you're actively building this family.
Yes.
You have a baby, you lose a baby. You have a baby,
Yes.
you lose another baby. Okay, now mentally, do I really want to go through this again?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So mentally you say,
Yeah.
or you and your husband, me and my husband say,
Yes.
for me, I was open to whatever.
Sure.
But for him, he was like, I'm good. Like, let's mentally had this talk.
Yeah.
I think we're great. I think we have 2 beautiful boys. You're about to be 34, 35.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
So then we mentally make this decision to, not set ourselves up to have to endure that mental whatever that is again. But it's all mental. We were still positive in it.
Absolutely.
You see what I mean?
I do.
So spreading positivity
I love
keeps you mentally strong. So you can make, like, of course, now the world knows.
Yeah.
But again, being positive. I see it all the time on, like, Facebook and, people that choose to share things, that's the space that's good for their mentality.
Come on.
If somebody need to talk about it, of course I could talk about it.
Sure.
But again, spreading positivity, I know people don't see having a miscarriage or losing a child as being positive. However, I found positivity in it.
Yes, you did.
Like, God knows what's best.
Yes.
We never know what's going on inside the womb.
No, we don't.
I don't know if maybe something was going on with that seed. Maybe
Yes.
something was going on with that baby.
Yeah.
Maybe, it wasn't going to be the perfect gift that I was asking God for. You never know.
Yeah.
So, again,
Yeah.
I didn't take offense.
No.
I didn't curse God.
No.
I didn't say anything was wrong with me.
No.
It just wasn't meant to be.
Let me go ahead and give you a hand clap for that resilience and the ability to be as transparent as you were. I oftentimes have said transparency is necessary to get us to our truths.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you were transparent because somebody needed to hear that. You helped
Yeah.
somebody on today,
Of course.
which is going to lead me to my next word.
What's that?
So in order for you to do everything that you just did, you're a fear-tacular. So let's talk about that word fear. We got a few minutes. We're about to go overtime, but we might have to do a part 2 and bring another female in.
Sure.
And let you guys just go at it. That's something I want to do.
We might have to do that.
Yeah, I want to do.
That sounds
We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this. So let's end this with being to be mentally a strong woman. You got to be a fear-tacular, and let's talk about that word fear here for a few moments before we
interesting
close
you
out.
said that.
Yeah,
So we talked about risky confidence, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of mentioned how you can't have fear and have confidence. Let's not get risky with it, right?
yeah.
Interesting. Yesterday, I had on a shirt, and the words on the shirt said, "Live fearless." Now, I have to truly come from how I walk in that, and it really is simple for me. If God be for me, come on here, come on now.
Yeah.
Who?
Who? No.
Who dare?
Who dare?
What dare
Yeah.
be against me?
You'll have those that'll do that.
If God be for me,
He'll try
so,
you.
Like I say that right, and I also say, I am more than a conqueror.
Yes.
So even in the things that I know I can conquer, that I'm going to conquer, I'm even more than that.
Yes.
And so you can't have both.
No, you
You
can't.
can't walk in that and
Yes.
have fear.
Yes.
There have been some things that look scary to me, make me feel a little anxiety, but fear to me is crippling. And again, I can't be defeated.
Gotcha.
I will never, if God is on my side, I can't be defeated.
Right.
If it didn't work, if it didn't come to be what I planned for it to be,
Yes.
I still won. You see what I mean? Like,
I do.
I really have the attitude of I didn't get what I thought I was gonna get.
Yeah.
But I'm still winning though.
Yeah.
Even in my losses, I win.
Sure.
Like, even if it don't look like I won that day,
Yeah.
it might be a week later, a month later. It has been years later. When I thought I lost, we was kind of talking about this before we went on the air.
Yeah.
You know, you think you lose this man that you was supposed to be with forever. Can I go there? You want me to?
I want you to. This is okay with me.
This man was supposed to be mine. Right? He's supposed to be mine. Oh man, he was my man. And you thought you lost him. But you really won. Right? In the end, because you wouldn't have been winning, you know, the way you was winning if you had stayed with him. Because you wouldn't have been in the position to win, right? So I'm just saying, like, even when you lose, you win. So, but you can't be fearless.
Yes.
People that win weren't afraid.
No.
To play the game.
Not at all.
I cannot play the game of poker if I don't sit at the tables and get the cards dealt.
That's right.
Period.
That's
I
right.
could have the worst hand at the table. I think about this like daily for real. I may not express it, but if I'm sitting at the table playing poker,
yes,
and I got the worst hand at the table,
yeah,
there's a dealer, and you don't know what that next card gonna be.
No, you don't.
What if it's an ace? Bruh, it's $1 million on the table.
I'm telling you, it is.
And all I need is an ace. It don't matter what nobody else cards say. I'm talking about my cards.
Your card, yeah.
Because I know if I get the ace, nobody else at the table, they either got to have what I got, but I know they can't have what I got.
That's right. And you can't have no fear. None.
It ain't but 4 aces in the deck.
Ain't but 4 aces in the deck.
And 3 of them already on the table.
Yes, sir.
That still mean
that's right.
It's 1 ace in there for me.
It's 1 ace for you.
You see what I mean?
I do.
So if you got fear, you're not even going to sit at the table.
You're not even going to sit at the table.
If you don't have risky confidence.
Yes, you got to have it.
I'm confident that the ace going to come up.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And even if it don't, I was still winning when I sat at the table.
You
Because
sure
I had the
was.
money to sit at the table.
I love it. I love that analogy too.
So don't sit at the table if you ain't going to have
You
confidence.
ain't going to have the confidence.
And if you fear,
That's
if you got
right.
fear, this ain't the table for you.
And that goes, you know what? That I would even say that should go for men and women. Absolutely. And although we're talking about strong women, I feel like that can go for men too. How many people on a whole are fearful of leaving their pre-existing situation so that they can go be great? How many people are living in fear that way? Quite a few.
Right. So all of it goes together. The go get and the fear, all that. I know that we're a little over, but if I could just share these last things, because I know
go ahead. You can have the last words. Go ahead.
That we were initially really wanting to focus on traits like of a strong mental, woman.
Yes.
So there are some traits.
Yes.
And they kind of coincide with the words that you've given me, but I'm just going to share them really quickly.
Go ahead and share.
Right?
Go ahead.
So, people can go back and listen. They can write. Sometimes I do sticky notes on the mirrors.
Sure. Go ahead.
Sometimes I get markers and write on the mirrors. But sometimes you just got to write things down so you can see them with your own eyes.
Yes.
And there's just a few.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Go ahead.
Number 1, she is courageous. Okay? You facing challenges, you are courageous. Okay? Number 2, she doesn't depend on anyone else. Strong women aren't afraid of failure. They trust themselves to handle their own. Number 3, big one. We didn't get to touch on this one, but we're going to have a part 2.
We're going to have to. Yes.
And part 2 might be all about this. You ready for this number 3?
Go ahead. Give it to us.
She knows who she is. Her knowing of herself is on point. Okay? Number 4, she builds others up.
Good one.
Goes back to that positivity.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot be tearing people down with your thoughts and your words.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. She builds others up. Kindness and compassion aren't for sissies.
No, sure ain't.
Okay?
No, it's not.
Okay. She builds others up. That's number 4.
Okay.
Number 5. She doesn't see showing emotion as a weakness.
Yeah.
You know, I teach this every week.
Got you.
Emotions and feelings.
Got you.
They are important. Feelings are our friends.
Yes.
Feelings are our friends.
Yes.
You know, there's no crying, you know, come on. Mm-hmm. Feelings are our friends. Showing emotion. She doesn't see showing emotion as a weakness.
Sure.
Okay. Number 6. She follows her intuition and doesn't overthink everything. Don't them kind of girls.
Oh, overthinking.
Overthinking everything.
Yeah.
She follows her intuition and doesn't overthink everything.
Yes. Yes.
You know what's best for you.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 7. She is truly happy.
Yes.
And knows what it takes to make her own happiness.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
If you're asking me to do something and that's not going to make me happy, the answer is just no.
Yeah. Period.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not available.
Period.
You know, the pandemic taught me much language on how to say no.
Oh, yeah. No is good. No is a good word.
Okay.
Yeah.
She truly is happy and knows what it takes to make her own happiness. Number 8. She owns her successes and believes in herself. Very important.
Yes.
Okay. Stop minimizing your achievements.
Yes.
And feeling like you don't have what it takes. You do.
Yes.
Own it.
Yes.
Number 9. She doesn't let the opinions of others influence her.
It can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's put that on part 2.
Yeah, we're going to.
Okay, we're going to.
Yeah, we're going to.
Okay.
Hold on to that list, too.
Absolutely. She doesn't let the opinions of others influence her. Rejection, criticism.
Ooh, talk about it. You had this
racism,
for men too.
all of that.
Men too, some of it.
Jealousy, envy, strife, hatred.
Yeah.
None of that influences her.
None of that.
Number 10, I'm almost done. Okay. She doesn't feel bad about breaking societal rules or reinventing herself.
Yes.
Who says I have to do it the way everybody else did it?
And you don't have to. How many you got left?
1. Just 1.
Okay.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Rules don't apply. Not all rules apply to strong women.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They make their own rules.
There's 1 through 11, guys.
This is 11. She continually works on being a better, stronger, strong woman. There we go. Keyword continually.
Continually.
When I leave out of here, I know I'm going to have to be mentally strong on the situation. Soon as I get home. When I go to the store today, something going to challenge my mental strongness.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So listen, I hope you guys have got something on today from Miss Shantha Caldwell. Coming from a female perspective, I wanted to have that on today. And also being that this is Mental Health Awareness Month. This coincides with that. And I wanted to give you a number if you are dealing with suicide. Here's a suicide prevention lifeline. That's 1-800-273-8255, and that's 24/7. That number is available for you. That's 1-800-273-8255, 24/7. And then you can go to the mentalhealth.gov at 1-800-273-TALK, 8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK, 8255. And also to our veterans, our community of veterans, we have a Veterans Crisis Line at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. It's the same as mentalhealth.org.gov. Both of those numbers are available to you all if you're having some issues and problems with your mental health. Listen, this is the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm Car.Ross Sr.
This is Shantha Caldwell.
And we are out. Peace.